Hello YouTube, DanVibes here. Hi. So, we got the first snow today, and so I thought I'd make things a little bit more Christmassy and at the same time stay the geek that I am. And today on the menu we have Nightwish with Poet and the Pendulum, live from Wembley. First, I haven't read the open letters that came out with this particular thing, but I know about the background of the song, the struggle of Thomas with having to fire Tarja, and the public war that actually came with it, like coverage in media, or the split of fan groups, and yeah, worst of all, having to fire an really old and good friend. I cannot imagine how that must have felt. It was definitely a tough decision. But before we go into that, I want to address a thing that came up on my reaction to the greatest show on earth, which was basically, don't pause so much, stop talking. But yeah, I do reaction videos, if you haven't guessed yet, and I also try to give you guys some insight what is happening within the song as far as I can tell how I can do it. And I'm not the type of reactor that smiles into the camera, says wow 3 times, and pauses somewhere in the middle for copyright reasons, and calls it a day. That's not me. If you want to listen to the song uninterrupted, I totally understand it. I will always have a link in the description box. And so much for that. Now, let's finally hop into this video. Let's start this, shall we? Very mysterious and beautiful at the same time. And that's a boy soprano, if I'm not mistaken. Nice visual in the background. Will this become the pendulum? Question mark? Oh. That's angry. Oh yeah. That's definitely more angry than the other ones.
We don't try
The harmonies again. Wow. So I think let's pause right here. So, first of all, I was right with the shining, shimmering thing becoming the pendulum. So, what did we just hear? It was it's a very aggressive tone on all of it. The drive on Marco's bass is nuts, and so is the tone on Empu's guitar. Oh, very on the aggressive side, very cutting through everything. Yeah. Also strong lyrics with, let's just go back a little bit. Let's go for here. I cannot cry cause the shoulder cries more. Yeah, that's a very strong thing because Thomas had a lot of struggle with doing all of that, and usually when you have somebody, you know, you can talk about things with, and if this option is not available, like it's here, because it's probably, you know, they probably discussed the things within the band, but they were just as devastated, and talking to Tasha at this moment was probably not an option. War for the Cold War, yeah. Let's move on. Now this, forgive me, I have but two faces, one for the world, one for God. That's also pretty clear and also very strong thing. Like, Thomas has their personality that they show on the shows and on the music, on the videos is completely different from that what's really going on inside, which is true for most artists, I guess, at some point. So, I think we just move on from here. Windmill! Checking on Thomas here. One more thing that I noticed in basically every Nightwish video that I did is that there's no spotlight on any of them. Not on not on Floor, not on Marco, not on nobody. Which is actually pretty wild. Because that means that they don't think themselves that they are the show. They are part of it, but it's more like the whole concept of, you know, the visuals that are going on and in the background, that is more what it's about, and not about them as, you know, singers and musicians. They are more the underscore to that what's going on the screen or in the lighting. At least that's what I'm getting from that. So let's move on. Please tell me once my heart goes right. Take me home. Get away, run away, fly away, lead me straight to dreamers. Hide away, I gotta cry, 'cause the shoulder cries more. I'm gonna die, and I hope for the cold. And tone. But she's totally into it, and also very powerful belts, but that was expected. Oh, bigger transition. The Pacific seems to match the visuals, which is stunning. And also, have a look at the lights that are coming through here. They're pointed down and on the audience, which makes people in the audience, in the crowd, usually look up to the visuals. Yeah. And it also differs how you take in what's going on. If you look up, it's you're gonna feel slightly different than if you look straight ahead. That's stage psychology. Let's go. And the cello. Wow. Just stop right here. How beautiful is that? And her tone so ancient, so angelic, and whew, that is basically just a very beautiful section, and so crystal clear, all of that. Let's just go. Okay. Next transition. Oh! Brass. Wow. Dangerous.
I'm afraid, so afraid. Being raped again and again and again. I know I will die alone, but loved. You live long enough to hear the sound of guns. Long enough to find yourself screaming every night. Long enough to see your friends betray you. For years, I've been strapped onto this altar. Now I only have 3 minutes. Count.
3 minutes.
I just wish the tide would catch me first.
It's very specific.
Death I always longed for.
It was creepy. Dark passion play. It's getting more dangerous again. It's like the journey when you out in those kind of depressions. You know, the ups and downs where you feel the complete anger and then a little bit of a relief and then go straight back into those feelings again. And that's a good portrayal of that. interesting rhythmic choice. Okay. Wow. That's evil. Oh, Marco. Look at this movement. Oh. That's very old school type of hard rock. That's because that's more on the hard rock side than on the metal side. But yeah, and then again, Nightwish are not a typical metal band. They are all and everything and have all different influence in all of their songs so far that as I know. And I want to also address a thing that I didn't do in the first section of this, and that would be the descending part that they do. Floor and the orchestral hits together, the chromatic descent, I think is what it is. That's so strong, so and also difficult to do. That is a hard descent. The suspense!
2005, two of us was called from the cares of the world. He stopped crying at the end of each beautiful day. The music he wrote had too long been without silence. He was found naked and dead, with a smile on his face, a pen, and 1,000 pages of erased text.
Oh. What did you say before? 3 minutes? Yeah, it was 3 minutes. So, the blade, the Damocles blade fell upon it. Because that's what it is, that's what it was. That picture here. It's devastated. He lives the song. He lives through that. Feels it. starting, probably. Right here. Notice the difference between the first slow section and this one. She has a totally different tone here. It's more here's more like in the first part it was more on the operatic, maybe classical theater kind of style with rounded vowels and all of that, and here it's more on the pop side because she wants to get a story across, the lyrics across, and with that kind of style it's easier to understand what she's saying. And now she's actually acting as Thomas' mother. So the section is called Mother and Father, right? Yeah. So he's now at his parents, and they give him advice or something like that. They all gather around Thomas. That's a beautiful picture. They're checking on their friend. And that is the relieving cry, you know. Because that's the weeping, that's a cry, that's crying. Whew. That was something. Yeah. What I was about to say is the last line that Floor did was probably the weeping. If you talk about a difficult time, or if you think about a thing and about doing something that you don't want to do, and you're struggling with it, and you're talking with it, and at the end, this would be the the relief of that, because weeping and letting it all out, that could be the relieving part of it. So, what can I say about this? Too much. There's too much happening. Let's say you can. It was a very personal song. This was a really personal song of Thomas, and you could tell right through all of the images that we got from him, and also every other member felt it. They all felt it. I read a lot of comments and discussions about that. This was about. It was a virtual suicide, so that Thomas didn't have to. I don't think. It might be. It might be. You know, like in depressions, you might think about it, but I don't think that was it. I think that when the blade fell, that a part of him died. That a part of that why it also was a child, because maybe his childhood or with Tarja going and all that, because she was part of most of his life until that day, and that was just one part of his heart, one part of his soul that that died on that day. At least that's I was thinking. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe not. I'm wrong. I don't claim to know how strong that was or what it actually was, but that's what I'm getting. And that's also a thing that I love about those kind of songs, about the longer songs of Nightwish, that they leave things open for discussion. You know, like we can talk about it now, and that's how. Same with Greatest Show and some other songs, like Weak Fantasy or so. That's they leave space open for discussing about what is going on, and that makes a song even more legendary. That's how a legend is born. So I think I will wrap it up here, and yeah, thank you all for staying with me for that ride. I tried to minimize the pausing and do it at parts of the song where it doesn't interrupt too much, and compress a little bit more of the things into more information into one pause. And I hope it worked out. Hope you liked it. And yeah, all I have to say is for now is thanks for being here. Don't forget to subscribe. Click the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And also, if you like what I do, maybe give the video a thumbs up. It would help out a lot. I appreciate every comment and everything that's going on from you. And yeah, see you again next time. All I have to say is for now is goodbye, 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 goodbye.